My people, it's about that time.
Like a boss.
Live from USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining, everybody. Today we are looking at Solana. This is one of the best setups in the market for you to swing trade, pick it up low, sell it up high, and make some profit like a boss. So if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as a crypto trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice is another day you get to profit as a result, and today is no exception. So if you haven't done it already, make sure you subscribe, like this video, turn the notifications on. As I do, I come on the market 7 days a week to help you get paid. This is one of the fastest growing crypto trading channels on YouTube. 400 new subscribers in the past week. And now that you've joined us, you got a chance to win some free Bitcoin. Every Friday, I do a free Bitcoin giveaway live on the air. All you need to do is shout out your city in the comment. Every video I do is a new chance to win. So rep your city, shout out in the comments. Let me know where you're from. We have a global community, and I want to, engage with you guys and figure out where you're coming from in the world. So with that being said, let's go ahead and make this money. This is Solana. Let me refresh the page here. Trading view setup. Solana on the daily. As you can see, we're really starting our second cycle here. This was our first big cycle. This thing literally shocked the world. Went from, about $1 a coin to up to more than $200, I think, at the top of that peak over there. This was back in 2021. This thing almost hit $250 a coin. Now it's sitting, north of $170. And one of the things I really like about this chart with Solana is it does have very clean levels built into it, right? If you just break out the breakdown right here, this kind of gives you the first capstone. We don't normally have to go that high on the 7, but you see the Fibonacci is kind of flexible with regards to where you spend it at, you anchor it in at. And what's interesting about this chart is between those 2 points, you really get the first 2 capstones of these cycles, right? Which means it has a lot of energy, right? It's literally very early in its life cycle. Like, this thing has only been on the market, for the better part of 3.5 years. And already it's, a top 10 coin. I believe it has $80 billion market cap. But what's very interesting, and I've done another video talking about Solana and Binance, where I go into the transactions per second, right? Because right now, this thing is poised to, if they want to, take over as a micro payment processor. When you look at, I should have pulled this up beforehand, but when you look at how fast the network can run, it's up there with Visa right now. It just doesn't have the volume that Visa has running through it, because Visa, has been out for 30, 40 years, right? Making money, 30, 40 years. But, and that's a whole nother video that I'm going to do, talking about death of the dollar and, the greed of these payment processing companies. They really don't supply any value right now, but they just send more and more money through the wire, and they retain their 2.5% just for being a conductor on the train. It's not like the train is getting any better, any faster. If anything, you could say, it's getting more inefficient with all the hacks and frauds and chargebacks. But, nonetheless, those payment processors still have an oligarchy over the network, the industry in general. But then there came another, and this is named Solana, right? This is pretty amazing. By far the fastest network in existence, right? Solana has proven to be the fastest among large blockchains, with an average daily transaction per second reaching 1,500 on April 6th, right? That means it was running 1,500 transactions a second, which is amazing. In addition to that, they said, I think it ran like 91 million. Where did it say that at? Yeah, 91 million transactions in a day, right? Let's find where it specifies that, which is incredible. Because when you look up the Visa network, Solana did 91 million just on the blockchain. Visa is sitting at about 200 million. That's in a year, 200 billion in a year. There it goes. 700 million. So it's like 1/10 right now. And it's only been out for 3 years, which is crazy. If and when it starts to accept the burden and be built in as, and that's the difference. It's not even built in to do that right now. So I'm sure Visa could start to integrate Solana as kind of like a workload, offset to its own network, run it in parallel, and, start to delegate some of these charges on a much more cost-efficient network. I think that's what we're starting to see. That's what the market is starting to get excited about. People are talking about $200 within reach. This is what I wanted to do with you guys. I'm going to go through this chart real quick. If you appreciate this video, if you like this content, if you want to learn how to make some money trading in the most exciting market in the world, i.e. blockchain, i.e. DeFi, hit that thumbs up button. I most certainly do appreciate each and every one of you. The thing you want to do, right? First thing you want to do, and my apologies for not recognizing this earlier, you always want to start on altcoin versus Bitcoin, right? The reason we do this is because in the back of our mind, we already know, number one, Bitcoin is at $60,000. It's up about 40% this year already. So it's up and to the right, a bullish pattern. It's only going to get higher before the end of the year, if not over time. And Solana to BTC, this is the chart you want to trade, because when you trade for Bitcoin, when that is in the denominator, right? It means you're gaining more Bitcoin over time when that chart does that. Now, when the chart is doing the opposite, that means you're losing Bitcoin, right? Because it's going down in value. But over here, you're gaining more Bitcoin because it's going up in value, right? So that's the number one rule. And, this is a much easier chart because you see, we really only had one cycle. Boom, boom. And that's it, right? The dollar is, on a different peak, and I'll talk about that in a second. But this is essentially Solana's energy flow, right? Inside the past 3 years, we had one breakout, and now we're continuing on this second little bounce here. This is going to want to do a step-up pattern as long as, and this is why I like this chart even more once I get into it, as long as Solana stays, this is our first little point right there, right? This is our second little point right there. As long as Solana stays above that line, and you could just do low to low just to, make it look pretty. As long as Solana stays above that line, this chart will continue to go higher. Now, we do have suppression coming in at the 3-2, and I think that's what we're starting to see now is kind of like this top-down suppression. Let's see if I get a triangle in here. I used to have triangles. I don't know where it's at. Oh, there it goes. Let's throw that one down there. I don't use it much, but you start to get like this wedge setting up right there, right? And that's essentially from this area of resistance at the 3-2. But when Solana, runs through, as long as it's running in that wedge, this thing is just forming. It's called a bullish flag, and it's basically building up momentum to continue moving in the direction from which it came, which is to continue going up and to the right. This is one of the best trades in the market right now, and I've talked about it twice in the past 2 weeks. And I think this is one of the reasons. When you look at the economy that Solana accommodates, I think people forget, like, not only do you have the utility coin itself and the amazing things that Solana can do with, replacing the Visa network, but then you have inside that all these other different assets which generate their own value and stand alone within the ecosystem. And one of those coins is Bonk. This thing, I just looked it up today before I did this video. It's got $1 billion in it already. It's $1 billion baby leading Solana. And when you look at Bonk's chart, like, that thing is literally bonkers. Like, I'm going to do a video on this chart because it's setting up to do something crazy. And actually, they don't have it, it doesn't have liquidity against Bitcoin on a lot of these exchanges. So you saw, I just tried to type it into TradingView, like Bonk to Bitcoin, right? They have it right there, Bitfinex, but when you look at it, it probably doesn't even have that much data. So you can't really pull a strong correlation. I mean, you could jump on a 77, right? But one of the things I tried to do, and you can still get the information from it. You go on TradingView, you go on charts, and then this is the box you want to check right here. Put that on Bitcoin. So when you load up the page, I don't think it has it populated, right? This is what the first page looks like. You go to chart, compare with Bitcoin right there. And now you start to get an apples to apples view of what Bonk in blue has done with regards to Bitcoin. We already know Bitcoin has had a stellar, month, stellar year, but Bonk is sitting on top of that. That's crazy, right? So you look at why people are excited about Solana. You have charts like this that's returning 46% Bitcoin in a month. And it's only going to get higher. Like, Bonk is number 49. That's first page, top of the fold. Number 49 in the world, right? So it's pretty amazing that these economies are being built. It's pretty incredible that, major oligarch companies are now being compromised with capability for some of these blockchain-based assets. And it's pretty incredible that we get to witness it, right? We get to see it all come together. So it's a magical moment for Solana. This could easily be $200, before the end of the next summer. All Bitcoin has to do is break out a little bit, and Solana's at 200 as long as it's hold water. But then you have coins like Bonk that are setting up to continue to return you money on BTC. So you have Bonk, you buy that, you buy Solana. And then you buy Bitcoin, because between the three of those, you got some real deal money coming into the scenes. One of the other things that makes me excited about Solana is I've already done a chart on Ethereum most recently and showed you that it's not a bad setup. But again, I tell you, you can measure these trades with regards to all you have to do is change the asset that you want to look at it for. So this is Ethereum that we're evaluating Solana towards. And again, if this chart goes up and to the right, that means Solana is getting you more Ethereum, which means Solana is more valued than Ethereum is at the moment. And this is a great setup, a great trade. I would buy this 7 days a week. So Ethereum is losing value to Solana. Bitcoin is losing value to Solana, which means this thing is poised to make money hand over fist. over the next 6 months. I think it can easily be, $250. Some people say upward of, $1,000, $1,400 on its next cycle. That's what I wanted to show you at the end of this, was Solana to the dollar, to get you a real-time price prediction for the next breakout. But again, we're kind of capstone here, sitting in this wedge at $173. An easy way to look at that is you have a lower high. We actually just broke out of that, so that's interesting. You got a lower high right there, kind of got a floor sitting right there. So you have this artificial wedge. I don't think we've necessarily broken out of it yet. We could easily sell off and consolidate again, going all the way through the end of this year. But say we did break out, this thing is off to the races right now. So in order to figure out where you're going, that was the first step right there. We just finished step 1, which means now it's going to want to go up to step 2. This is what step 2 looks like right here. And it still holds truth. Breakout to breakdown. Only thing that changed was the different Fibonacci levels, which puts the end of step 2 having a price point between $330 and $350. Let's just call it $350, right? And these are dollars, right? Next, we go to step 3, which is right here. Step 3 is where you start to get some real deal money moving into this equation. And that's going to be north of $750. That's what I can see as arguably the capstone of this next cycle. That's going to take a considerable amount of time, but it's essentially, it's building into the charts right now. If we continue to step up and continue to follow the same waves that this pattern has already built into it, then Solana will first want to rally. Once it breaks, 230, it's going to want to hit its head on 268. Once it calms down and gets through that, it'll consolidate it north of 350, then 420, 550, 750. But that's going to take a considerable amount of time. I think we're starting to see some of the value come in through these meme coins and the capabilities of the network. I know they've done countless amounts of upgrade. It's first-class organization, and that's why I'm covering on this channel. I think it's one of the best setups in the market for you to try to make some money like a boss. So there you go, everybody. That's SOL to the BTC, to the USD, and the ETH. You did. All within 14, 15 minutes. It's pretty amazing. So this is the part of the video where I shout out all the people that left me comments on the last video. So let's jump into that. Again, on Friday, I'm giving away free Bitcoin. If you want to jump in, just show me some love in the comments. We got Big Mike in Gainesville, Florida. That's Gatortown down there. Shout out to Big Mike, life-size box, dropping fractals on a Fibonacci. Thank you, FK. Thank you for watching Big Mike. Certainly appreciate you, life-size box. Joe Avalon, been seeing this dude, for the past couple years. Shout out to Denver, Mile High City, Greenville, South Carolina. Overstand boss walking on the West Coast. Be Kizzle for shizzle, dollar for dollar, what it do? Tahito, you got to send me your Bitcoin wallet, man. This was our winner from the last week. So if you want to reply to this comment, make sure I get your Bitcoin wallet, or hit me up on Facebook, BK Bitcoin, whatever you want to do. Let's make that happen. And then wealth stewards are in the building. We are upon the precipice of the greatest transformation of wealth in the history of humanity. I think the only thing that stands to be answered is not a matter of if, but when we see this transition begin to take flight. We literally have trillions of dollars that are yet to be migrated to blockchain-based assets. They still have billion-dollar companies running software like LexisNexis, which is nothing more than a green screen, Windows, Linux, whatever you want to call it. Like, look it up. LexisNexis. This is the backbone of a lot of, not that one, Lexus, one of those. This is like screen, yes, this one. This is what a lot of billion-dollar companies still use. Come on. And it's like somebody looking into the Matrix. It's like that old Xerox printout screen. Of course they're not showing it because it's actually embarrassing. Like when you get inside of these companies and you see like, oh my God, we're running software they ran in the 90s and we're still using it. That's crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna do it one more time. LexisNexis software. Let me see if they show it to me then. It's basically like Windows 93, right? It's crazy. It's horrible. It's horrible. But, you know, all of that is about to change. We do have more viable alternatives right now. Solana is one of them. It's got some of the best coins setting up in the market. It's poised up to break out against F. It's poised up to break out against BTC. It's poised to break out against USD. You know, and then all the more reason why you should buy it. It's $173. That is a bargain at the price that it's at on the value that it brings to the world. So with that being said, everybody, again, rep your city. If you want to get some free Bitcoin, leave your city in the comments. With that being said, it's that time of the day. Signing out, boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss.
Huh.